Hello everyone and welcome to another lesson. I'm very happy to have you here with me today. Today we have a very interesting automation that I want to present to you guys. Uh, I don't know if you guys watched the last video, but in the last video we've made this SEO blog post generator. It is a very multi-agent setup for creating a blog post that is optimized, well optimized for SEO, and it's doing some research with Perplexity and generating the article with Claude, and also doing internal linking, adding a custom featured image, not AI featured image, then adding it to WordPress, and then publishing on socials if we see fit. So all of that workflow we went through last time, and it's now available on my community. There's a lot of great positive feedback from this workflow. Thank you everyone for the positive messages about this. So you'll find this, of course, in other. We have like 50 plus workflows inside of our community. So here, if you join the community, we have courses, beginners and intermediate for Make and for n8n. We also have lots of blueprints and lots of workflows covering Make, n8n, and also Comfy UI if you're into image generation. And we also have the live automation builds where I take you step by step in creating some of these workflows. All of that you'll get at a very launch price. So we're still in the launch price. I think there's 4 places left. So I would suggest you jump in on that price because it will increase as soon as we hit the number needed. Okay. So in today's lesson, we're going to take what we got from last time. So last time we had this spreadsheet that we put the keyword, the length, and then the status should be ready, and then it creates everything, right? Now, taking off from that, what I wanted is to create a system that will automatically add keywords in here. So I don't have to even add keywords and do any research. And to do that, I wanted to utilize something very, very important and something that a lot of people miss on, which is Google Trends. So Google Trends, if you go to the website here, Google Trends is a very, let's for example search for AI automation. Google Trends is a very good indicator of whatever trend of whatever topic that is being trending right now. It gives you the location, how much is trending, related topics, and also if it's rising and the related queries to that. You can search by area as well, and it gives you the actual, and you can also filter by time. So this is a great indicator. And here what I'm very interested at is the related queries here. So these keywords are like breakout keywords and keywords that are being researched a lot. Of course, you don't have to do last year, you can do last 7 days, and it will give you something more related to what we want. Okay, so I'm going to utilize Google Trends and as well as DataForSEO API to create this automation. So let's dive into this automation. So first, what we want is we want to start with a trigger. So we're scheduling this to run once. So right now I told it to run once per day, but you can say once per week. So you can have it to run once per week on a Sunday midnight, and then it will run every Sunday, once per week. Okay, so once it ran, what we start is we want to access the Google Trends, and to do that we can do that with the SerpAPI. So the SerpAPI, you can go to the website serpapi.com and register, and you will get an API key. and once you get the API key, you need just to put in the credentials. Now I like to put in the credentials this way so I don't have to put it over and over again. So with the authentication, I just say generic, and for the SerpAPI, it requires a query authentication, and then you can add new, and then you put in your value and your authorization. In my case here, you put API key and the API key that you get from SerpAPI. Okay, you put that in and you'll be good with authentication. So next you want to send query parameters, and what we want to send is basically we're telling it what we want. So for the query, which is what we want, the keyword, I want to send AI automation. For the geo, which is the location, I want US. For the language, I want English. And here for the date, I specify the date using the function now, $now, and then dot minus 7 days. So 7 days from now. And then you put a space and then today's date. It has to be in this format, years, month, and date. And then it gives you this, all right? 2 dates separated by a space, which is what I want. So that this is last week up until now. And we also have to add another last query, which is data type. So what I want to receive. So I'm interested in the related queries, the ones that are in here. Okay. So if we go back, once I run that, as you can see, we get the data back and we get a lot of information here. So the related to queries are what I want. So it gives you an array of these queries. So 0, 1, as you can see, these brackets, this means that it's an array, and also the symbol means that it's an array. Now, if you are a bit confused about data types, arrays, and objects, and strings and all that, I have a lesson on my community that goes over data types in a simple ways for you to understand. And if you understand them, it will make a lot of things easier. So each one, so we have in this one we have 7 because it starts with 0, and with each one it gives you the, for example here, AI automation engine, it gives you the query, the value, so how much it increased, the link, and the SerpAPI. Okay, what I'm interested in this is these two, basically the value and the automation agency, and more is the query, to be honest. Okay, so we get these, and what we do is we split out, because we got these as an array. So we have one item coming up. What I want is to turn them into whatever. So split the array. The split out is a great way to split the array. So I put here. So I put the related queries, and I want the rising, and I don't want the top, because there's here the top ones. The top ones are more generalistic and very hard keywords to achieve. So I'm interested in the rising, which is our new things that you can aim for. So I put that in here. And then once I do that, I have 7 items. And this is exactly what I want. I want 7 items so I can go one by one. Okay, so this was Google Trends. We used the API and then we split out the results. So what I want to do now is loop over items. The reason why is because I want to iterate on every one of these items. I want to do a series of action on every one of these items, and the loop over item is a great way to do that. So it gets fed in here, and then it starts with the loop, right? So the first step I want to do, I want to check if the query that we have has AI and has automation, because some of them don't, and I don't want to deal with any of them that don't have any of my keywords. So I say that loop over items .json.query. So this is what we get from here. If we go here, so this is the query, and then what we say is dot to lowercase in case it came with an uppercase. And then I want to check if it contains AI, then it's true, and it contains automation, then it's true. So both of these conditions need to be positive for it to continue. So this makes sure that whatever query we get has AI and automation inside of it. So after we check that, we then toggle the data for SEO API. So the data for SEO API, you can go to dataforseo.com. I will put a link in the description below. And this is the endpoint that you want that gets the search volume. So for the authentication, this one uses a header auth, and you will get the API from the site. So we're doing a post. So we're sending a body. So a post means we're requesting something, and the body needs to be JSON using JSON. So the body is in this specific way. You have to make it in this specific way. And for the keyword, so what I want to check the search volume is whatever JSON.query, so whatever the if statement gives us. So whatever true results that gets out of the if, I want to search for that. And we do the post, and then we'll get the results. Let's give this a test run so we actually see what are the results. So of course now it will do them for all. And then we can see the final results. So we have 7 items. As you can see, 5 are now being processed. And only, right now, only 3 are added. And then it's done. So here the search API, the data for SEO result would be, it will give us some data. The results are in here in the results array. And then it will give us, for every one, it just gives us, yeah, for example, for this one, the result AI automation agencies, we can see the competition is medium and the search volume is 4,400 per month. So this is what I'm interested with, the search volume and the competition. So after we get that, we run it into another if, and this if basically what I'm doing is I'm checking that I only need the keywords, the queries with the search volume that is greater than 0, okay? And I'm also only interested in the competition that is not null, so it's not nothing, and that is not high. So anything with the competition is high, I want to skip, because I want medium or low competition for me to have more chances in ranking for these keywords. Okay, and then I run it into basically an AI agent that does the word count, because now I want to figure out, okay, how much words do I need to write? And for this one, I'm using Perplexity, Sonar Pro, because I want to access the internet. And what I'm saying is take the query and then analyze the top 10 results, and then please give me a range, so a word count that is best for me to rank after analyzing the top 10 results on Google. And this basically is an extractor. So what I'm saying is, whatever message this gives you, please extract the word count, because sometimes it gives bulk text. And for this one, I'm using OpenAI GPT-4 Mini. And I have a structured parser, so I want only the word count. That's basically what I'm saying. And then after that, here is the step that I put everything together. So what I'm saying is, access this one, the blog post document, and then add the keyword, and then add the length, and then put the status to ready. All right, so if we go to here, we can see the result that we got. So we have, out of these 7 that we got, we have AI automation agencies, and they give us the suggested of 1,550. Put the status to ready. What is an AI automation agency also? And then AI automation agency course. So that's basically the workflow. Again, it ran perfectly and it works like a charm. Uh, what makes this special is that this access to APIs, two very important ones. One with the Google Trends, which gives you what is trending in this week or whatever date you set. The second one, it also accesses the data for SEO that gives us the search volume and the competition. So this makes it easier for us to only filter out the ones that has good search volume, that has low competition, and that is trending right now on Google. And then we can add it. And then once it's added in here, the other automation, the blog generator, gets triggered as well, and then gets the keyword and creates an article and does all of that for us. So this is a fully fledged system for for writing really good SEO blogs that is hands-free. You don't have to do anything. You set it up, you activate it, and it works great. So again, for this one, I'm gonna save this one and I'm gonna provide the whole workflow for you to import from file. You can find this whole automation inside my community. And also I will do a live build of this. So I will build this all over from scratch for people to follow along on how I build this and give as much tips as I can during the way. I will put that inside of the live build section here inside of my community. I hope you guys enjoyed this lesson and this automation. Hope you find it useful and you start incorporating it into your workflows. And yeah, please give this video a like, subscribe for more videos, and I will see you in the next lesson.